Hi everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I'm Sela. Today I'm gonna be making a quarantine vlog, and I'm just gonna be talking about the things that I've been doing during quarantine. So I don't know. Quarantine started I guess at the end of February, a little bit before March for me, and I have been living with my cousin since the beginning of March, the teens of March, and I finally kicked her out of my house because I just couldn't take it anymore. Now listen, she's in college right now, she's still a freshman, whatever, and I don't know, we have a good relationship. We're like out of our whole big 45 million people family that we have across the world, I guess, we're the only cousins who were born in 2002. So we have like a nice, good relationship. We're naturally close. We spent a lot of time together as we grew up. We grew apart. In the beginning of March, a little bit the teens of March, she got out of college because the quarantine kicked everybody out of school, and she was at my grandma's house, which is where I was. And I was there for a little bit without her, for a couple, at least a week or two before she got out of college, while I was at my grandma's house in the city. And so we've been together since then until the other day, till yesterday, when I finally kicked her out of my house. So we've been going back and forth between my grandma's house and my house, 45 minutes away. I live in Westchester, my grandma lives in the Bronx, in the city, so we've been going back and forth. She lives in the city too, and she was in Manhattan with her guardian. So we were at my house for a while, for at least almost a month, I want to say, maybe 2.5 weeks, and I just couldn't take her anymore. I really couldn't. I guess we're the same person. We're very similar. We like a lot of the same things. We both are theater kids and stuff, and so we have a lot of similarities, and it's easy to talk to each other. We're going through a lot of the same things, but I couldn't. So she had to go. So that's that. I'm hanging out with my cousin, but she had to go. That's the first thing. Around November, December, well, before that, but I've been starting my natural hair journey. I chopped off all my hair, I want to say around December, maybe not December, maybe January, February. I chopped off a lot of my hair. They're a little big chop, and that's fun. We're still on that journey. We're still doing things. I couldn't really handle it, that little afro. I just couldn't do it. So we're in our little braid stage, you know what I'm saying? Love my box braids. They really make me feel like me. As you saw my old video, I had the big ones, but I love the little black ones. Anyway, so I've been watching this artist who I am in love with. Named Zach Abel, and he's British. He's kind of underground, he's kind of unknown. He just came out with a new single last month or something called Freedom with Kygo, so you all should go check it out and stream. It's kind of lit. It's kind of everything, it's a nice little summer bop, little spring summer bop, anytime bop, honestly, but a nice little summer bop. And I love him. I've been listening to him since 2015, since I was in middle school, edgy, listening to my little weird music that nobody else knows about. And so he's been doing a lot of quarantine live streams on Instagram, and I've been watching them. I was really religious, watching them every day at 6 o'clock UK time, 1 o'clock American Eastern Standard Time, every single day. Never missed it. Had an alarm for everything, but I just kind of been slacking on that. Hackers. And I'm part of this group called the Zale Snickers, which is his last name. So we're a cute little group on WhatsApp, and it's so adorable, and I love it. So I'm really happy about it, that he's doing the live streams and I got to meet them, because they're such sweet, lovely people. Oh my goodness. And I'm feel so edgy, and I'm oh, I know people in Europe, I know people in Philippines, I know people in France and Italy, and I'm so edgy and cool, because whatever, I'm I'm a part of these cultures now. But I'm just so grateful that I get to know them, because they're so nice and sweet, and it's cool. Been doing that. I'm really enjoying talking to them and like watching the streams with them and stuff, and like finally getting to know people who have the same music taste as you, because it's like your souls are connected, you know, our ears love the same sounds and stuff. So I love that. I really enjoy it. So I've been doing that. I've been listening to a lot of music too. I'm listening to so much. I don't even know. Maybe I should make a video about the music that I listen to. 'Cause I listen to so much music and I just love it. And I like need it to survive. Like some people need air and food and water. I need music. So if I didn't have music, I really don't know what I would do instead. Like honestly, I've been baking a lot. I've been cooking some. I want to say I came up with this recipe, but I don't think I came up with the recipe, but I've been making a lot of vegetarian chili lately. I'm not vegan or vegetarian, but I've made it for my friend because we had a little picnic, and I made it for her and my cousin because they're both pescatarians. But I love it. I've been eating it. I have some right next to me. You know what? I'm cooking a lot. That brings me into my next thing that I've been doing. College stuff. Who knew how stressful it was applying to and getting into colleges? But you know what the second most stressful thing about college is? Getting ready to go to college, because there's so much things you need to do. You need like all your medical papers, you need all this information, you need to give them, you need to pay for stuff, you need to do this, like I know it comes with it, but like it's just stressful being in a situation and actually doing it and getting things done. And you have to find a roommate. Who knew how stressful it was? Because all the college people that I talk to, they make it sound like, oh, it's just applying and stuff. That's the most hard part. Bitch, no. Getting in there was hard. But now we're in the trenches. What do we do next? It's still hard. And I'm still in high school right now. I still got like 2 weeks left. That is just, I don't know what to stress out about. Should I stress about being in high school? Should I stress out about going to college? Like, it's just crazy. So let me go back to me cooking. I love to cook, love to bake. Ever since I was a baby, before I could walk and talk, sister. Loved it, loved the food. Me and my grandma, we chilling in the kitchen, 3 a.m., just baking stuff, making concoctions, just creating things, you know? And in 11th grade, I joined this program called BOCE, which I forget. I don't know what BOCE stands for, but it's a little thing, BOCE, and it's a little tech center thing. And I've been doing the culinary arts program for 2 years. And I can never explain BOCEs correctly. I always mess up every single time. I can always get hung up in talking about it and never explain it correctly. The first year you're in 11th grade, you're there for 2 hours. And the classes are culinary, baking and pastries, and hospitality, which is the front of the house stuff, like the waiting and like the little setting up the plates and stuff. So the first year you do a rotation of 13 weeks of each of those classes. That's the first year. That's what you do for the 2 hours. Rotate. The second year you can choose to do that over again, or you can choose to just do straight baking, which is called advanced baking. Don't ask me why they only have the baking advanced and everything else is the same. Don't ask, I don't know. So the second year I chose to do it for 4 hours. So I did the regular rotation in the morning and then advanced baking second class I did. So that is that. I don't know if it matters or not, but I always explain it wrong. Good, there you go. You got your little chef outfit on, you're cooking up a storm, you're learning, you got 3 teachers. You got a culinary teacher, a baking pastry arts teacher, and a hospitality teacher. And they just teach you everything that they know. And it's just a fabulous time. Like, this is just gonna be me advertising for BOCEs. If you have it in your little county or your area, please go, because it's lit. Even if you just take a little tour, it's everything. I love it. I loved all my teachers. I loved 80% of the people that went there with me. I'm pretty sure the friends that I made there are about to be lifelong friends. I love them. We all love the same thing, even if some people are not going to college for it. We all love each other. We have like a nice little family. It's just the greatest thing that I ever did in my life. The best decision I ever made was going to BOCEs, because I already had the passion. I already knew what I wanted to do. Thought I knew what I wanted to do. That just like cemented it and like encrustalized it in like some resin. You know what I'm saying? It's great. If you think you want to do fashion, think you want to do mechanic, or think you want to do like digital art or like music or like TV production or almost anything, almost any trade, even like health stuff, like medical stuff, take your ass down to BOCES. Just go down on there. Go talk to the teacher. Ask them a few questions. Even if you don't got questions, listen to somebody else ask them questions. And you will know if you want to do it or not. A lot of people were like, fuck this. I'm not doing it. It's too hard. And they got up and left. And you know, they could have wasted their whole life thinking they wanted to be in culinary school. Went there, wasted that money, and was like, bruh, I don't want to be here. But they went to BOCES for free $99.99 and decided that right then and there. And I think that's beautiful and magical. They also help you with a lot of things. The teachers, they give us a lot of life lessons, a lot of knowledge for college and all that stuff, and like scholarship stuff. Like, dude, it's great. It's just great. I love it, obviously. So anyway, brings me back to the last thing that I've been doing a lot of this quarantine. Just watching YouTube. And I've been watching a lot of goddamn, like, so much YouTube. Like, before, I don't even know when the last time I watched TV was. Like, years. Like, I'm talking about legitimate years. You know, I don't know, does Hulu count as TV? Because actually, that's a lie. Before I get into my YouTube spiel, I've been watching Rick and Morty. It's the 4th season. I'm obsessed, you know, whatever, it's a good show. And I've been watching the Solar Opposites by the same people who made Rick and Morty, that on Hulu. And Dave, because I love Little Dicky, been watching his show on Hulu. A great show. Those are the only things I've been consuming besides YouTube. I've been just like, it's just me now. I'm part of YouTube, which is why, like, I've been watching so much that I'm like so enthusiastic about it. I'm like, I love it. And I've been like craving the idea getting a YouTube channel. So hopefully I get to like edit this into something so I can post it and get rid of the crave. Because maybe I'm just craving it because I'm just like, I don't know, I'm bored. But like, no, I hate saying that I'm bored because there's always so many things to do, even though I'm lazy. And I just wanted to make a YouTube video. So here I am. I've been watching a lot of YouTubers lately. I've been watching a lot of Danny Gonzalez, a lot of Drew Gooden, a lot of Kurt Carter. Because I was watching a lot of Gus Johnson and Eddie Burback, and they were mentoring those people. So I was like, ooh, I should go watch them. And then I started watching them. And now I can't stop watching them. And I'm a little bit obsessed. Been listening to some of Danny's music on Spotify. And it's kind of good. It's kind of great. I don't know. It made me a little uncomfortable when I heard that Spooky Hole song, because I was like, he's like a nice little white guy like talking. Then he's over here like all hard, and I was like, I'm sorry. Wait a minute. Hold up. Kind of frightened. But then I finally got the courage to listen to it, and I'm like, hey. But yeah. So I've been watching a lot of their content. I also watch so much YouTube. Like, it hurts. Like, it's kind of embarrassing how much I watch, because some people are like, oh, I watch YouTube, like I watch James Charles and Jeffree Star and Shane Dawson and whoever else, I don't know, the other popular ones. And I'm like, yeah, me too. But I also watch like a whole list, like too much. Like, they're like, oh, I still watch like Netflix and stuff, and I'm like, no room for Netflix. I feel so bad because I made my grandma get Disney Plus. And sis hasn't even watched anything on there. That's a lie. I watched Little Mermaid. But still, I just watch too much YouTube. It's really a problem. Honestly, it's an addiction. I have so many YouTube ideas now because I could just make videos about stuff that I love, that I need to stop obsessing over. But it's okay, because that's just how it's gonna have to be. This is me. This is me. This is real. It's exactly what I'm supposed to be. But yeah, so that's the video. Hopefully I can edit this down into something so that I can post. I'm not very satisfied with this, but I'm gonna post it because I want to post regularly. And then maybe when I go to college and I figure out my schedule, maybe I can post really regularly and I can be like a little YouTuber. So goodbye. I don't have an intro, I don't have an outro. I don't know if you need those things, but goodbye. And whoever's watching this, I love you. Unless I don't love you, then you can go. Sorry, but goodbye. I didn't really record an outro because I was just really caught up in loving YouTube so much, but have a nice quarantine. I hope this is over soon because I want to have a birthday party in August and celebrate my 18th. So, hope this is over soon. Have a nice day, everybody. Enjoy like your quarantine. Also, Black Lives Matter because all that stuff's happening right now. And obviously, what if I didn't say that? What if I was just like, fuck Black Lives, bro? Anyway, have a nice quarantine.